It's been a pretty difficult week for Elon Musk after his breakup with Donald Trump, and it looks like he's ready for this self-made nightmare to be over because he's kind of bending the knee and it's pretty pathetic, and I wanna make fun of him, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, overall, I predicted that they're gonna resolve their differences, or at least pretend to publicly. There's just too much money on the line for both of them. And so the question was like, who's gonna initiate that process? Like, is Donald Trump gonna bend? Is he gonna like extend a hand? Is Musk? It looks like it's gonna be Musk because he sent out this message. I believe this is late last night. He said, I regret some of my posts about President Donald Trump last week. They went too far. So look, the overall message there is he wants everyone to get all the way off his back about the stuff that he said. He went too far. And if he takes that back, then maybe Trump will take back some stuff. So this is how you paper over their differences. And so that's what it's intended to do. And so I want to do something that like almost none of the MAGA people who read that will do though. I want to ask, what does that mean? They went too far? Because remember, Elon Musk is a genius. He's the best of us. So what do you mean they went too far? When you said that he's in the Epstein files, when you say it went too far, do you mean that he's not in many of them? And you implied that he's in many? Do you mean that like you suspect but you don't know for sure? Because you're saying that it's a matter of degree. Or are you saying that you lied? And you lied to your millions of followers who love you and hang on your every word. And you told them the thing that would trigger them as former QAnon cultists the most, pretending. And you knew that it wasn't true. You lied about him being in the Epstein files. Is that what you're saying? Because if that's what you're saying, how does that not utterly enrage your followers that you would play with their hearts in that way? But of course, he's not gonna be clear. I don't know. It could just be that it's the ketamine speaking and he has no idea what he means. So anyway, he seems willing to move past their issues. And I want to remind everyone, it wasn't just Elon Musk that said some pretty harsh stuff. Like he did, he said the Epstein files thing. He said that Donald Trump should be impeached or whatever. He said that the bill's an abomination. But Donald Trump said that he was depressed and he was heartbroken, Musk was, and that he was losing his edge or something like that. That's why he had to be fired. He implied that he fired Elon Musk because he couldn't hack it anymore. And then he said that he's basically dependent on the US government. He's gonna take back his contract. And then Musk said he's gonna cancel the rocket ship that he has. So there was a lot of stuff out there. So he seems willing to move past it. Will Donald Trump? We'll take a look at this.
Elon, is there anything that you can do to forgive him? Could you see that happening?
Well, look, I have no hard feelings. I was really surprised that happened. He went after a bill that's phenomenal. It's the best thing we've ever signed in this country. And that's phase one. Phase two, phase three, all of a sudden is, it all comes together. It's coming together so well. And when he did that, I was not a happy camper.
Guarantee he's never camped in his literal life. Camp David might be the closest he's ever come. Dude ain't camping. Anyway, by the way, if it's so good, why do you need phase two, phase three, phase four? I thought it was the best thing we've literally ever signed or whatever. Again, you haven't even signed it. So that's BS, but much more important. So look, the important part strategically coming out of this is that he seems kind of, well, he says no hard feelings. Now, just a few days ago, he said Elon's lost it and he's not interested in talking to him. Okay, so he seems more willing to talk to him. And look at the little trick that he pulled there. Did you catch that? So I was like, oh, I was really surprised at what he did. When he criticized the bill. Is that the worst thing that he did? Was that the most newsworthy thing that Elon Musk did? Was that he criticized the bill? I don't think that was the big thing. So the fact that he's willing to pretend that Elon Musk didn't call him a pedophile who went to Rape Island to have sex with kids, the fact that he's willing to ignore that, I think is a pretty good sign that their relationship is going to resume. And why wouldn't it? Think about the self-interest. Elon Musk will spend hundreds of millions of dollars buying the midterm elections, buying the next presidential election. And in return, he'll get billions of dollars in government contracts. He'll get laws written, regulations changed to benefit Tesla, to hurt his competitors. The corruption and grift is just too valuable. You're not gonna let a little thing like a pedophilia accusation get in the way of that sweet, sweet cash flow. But that said, while Musk seems willing to start working with Trump again, he's not so much interested in Steve Bannon. Now, bear in mind that Steve Bannon, in the initial aftermath of the feud, implied that SpaceX, and I think he might have said Starlink, should be nationalized, should be seized by the government. And it's important that you remember that, because if we ever advocate for something to be seized by the government, I just want to be clear that MAGA has done that before, so it's not just us. But Musk is kind of angry about that. So he posted this, and I don't want to say a bunch of these words, but Musk said Bannon is such an R-worded liar, dumber than a doorstop. He talks about NASA and SpaceX and blah, 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 blah. If Bannon's dumb as F reasoning made any sense, then anyone who bought products from any company would automatically own that company. Bannon is truly peak R-word. And so, they don't seem like they're gonna be getting along anytime soon. Also, Musk, you seem to have forgotten that Bannon also said that you should be deported. Why are you ignoring that part? I don't know, weird. But also, just in seeing that message, it's just a reminder that Elon Musk is the worst. He's the worst person. Like I know that like there are people who think that he's a genius, and I've been fighting back against the idea that he's a genius. I've been fighting back against the idea that he's even of mediocre intelligence. But regardless of whatever you think of his intelligence, that's terrible. That's just you're terrible. You're a full-grown man, and that's how you're talking. You're no better than some like 13-year-old in 1992 throwing around the bad word he heard his older brother say. Like that's the best that you can do emotionally, psychologically, and intellectually. Okay, anyway, well, I don't particularly care about the revenue stuff or anything like that, but I am curious to see, because it is consequential if they can work together again. There's huge sums of money that will be used to manipulate our upcoming elections, and so them getting back together is not a great thing for America or our democracy. And the only other thing I want to add is, apparently, I don't know if Trump reached out to get Musk to detente a little bit, but it does seem like some of his lieutenants did. JD Vance and Susie Wiles, the chief of staff, they appear to have reached out to Musk, I guess, and that led to it. We'll see if they end up directly speaking, if he's back in the White House, maybe with another black eye or something like that. But this does seem like the beginning of their relationship resuming after a very brief break.
If you enjoyed that, then make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming a member. So you're probably wondering, why would I do that? Well, when you do that, you get access to bonus content that I make every single week, and it's a lot of fun. You get custom emojis and more. If you join at tier 3, by the way, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself. And you'll get all that going forward, but you'll also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips and top 10 lists and debates and more. So what are you waiting for?